gives you a wide range of information. Check this out. You see this color? Salaam and hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I hope that you are all doing very well. In today's video, we're going to talk about 4 herbs that have the potential to lower cholesterol. Specifically, I'm talking about the low density lipoproteins or the bad cholesterol. Now, as someone who has high cholesterol, I have been on the hunt for a supplement or a herb that is going to help me lower my cholesterol so that when I get labs taken, maybe in about 3 to 4 months, I can see real change. Now, so far, you've known me to probably try okra, a vegetable. I've tried okra and I'm still taking it and I'm still working on it. I have not resorted to any medication. I am a pharmacist, but I am trying not to take medication. And I want to make a point that even though I am a pharmacist, I'm a licensed pharmacist, I do believe there is a place and a time for herbs and for supplements and going the natural route, quote unquote. Now, if you are a person who is in need of medication, I'm not going to judge you or say anything negative about your journey to better health, because some people might need medication to transition them into a place of good health. Some people might need medication because they are in need of fighting a particular disease that the medication is needed for. Now, that being said, I do want to jump into the 4 products that I'm going to talk about with you today. And the first one is something that I'm actively taking. This product I put in my oats and smoothies, and it's red yeast rice. I'm sorry for the bag, but when I opened this powder, I don't know, I must have ripped open the seal because now I can't seal. Oh, you guys, check this out. You see this color? Yeah, so I use about 600 milligrams. I think that's the amount per serving. It's just a tiny spoon. I use 600 milligrams in my oats or in my smoothie. And the research has shown that it has the potential to lower your LDL levels by 30 points or 30 milligrams per deciliter. Now, that's a significant amount for some people. I'll put the normal ranges below. I put normal ranges in my past videos, but I'll also put normal ranges below so that you can get an idea of what normal is. And so I do use this maybe once or twice a week, in addition to, again, the okra water that I'm taking to try and help me lower my LDL. So this particular product has also, quote unquote, the potential to lower your risk of heart attack and mortality. But sometimes we want to take what we find in the literature with a grain of salt, but I think that sometimes when you look at East versus Western medicine is not going to push for trying herbs and supplements, not as much as Eastern medicine. And I think, if I recall correctly, I got my information from a source or a literature source from the East. So I just want to put that out there, that this is where I'm getting information from. So just that when you are making the decision to try something, that number one, know where your sources are coming from. Number 2, do your due diligence in doing the research about what's going to work for you and what you're currently taking, because it's always important to know what you're taking, how it's going to interact, if at all. Another thing that I want to mention is that red yeast rice is also high in fiber, which is really what we're looking at the same time. Is we're looking at products that are high in fiber that's going to help us with not only our gut motility, but getting rid of that excess fat and that bad fat that's being stored within our bodies. So this is something that I've been using, red yeast rice, once or twice a week, 600 milligrams per serving, and we'll see. Hopefully, inshallah, it helps me. The next product that I want to talk about is fenugreek. Now, fenugreek, either the seeds or the capsules, were shown to decrease LDL by 15 to 33%. One thing I do want to mention is that when I took fenugreek, I took it years ago. I didn't actually take it for cholesterol issues. I took it when I was nursing to help increase breast milk production. I ended up smelling like maple syrup, and I don't think it helped my milk production at all. But I have taken fenugreek in the past, many years ago. But the research has shown that it might help with LDL and lowering LDL. One thing that I want to say is that it works by increasing bile acid secretion and actually sensitizing the LDL receptors. So you're going to see an upregulation of LDL receptors, and that helps you to lower your LDL. Another thing is that if you are a diabetic, for example, so you know that you are working to regulate your insulin, you want to be cautious of taking fenugreek. Fenugreek is known to increase insulin sensitivity as well as increase insulin secretion. So you're going to want to be careful. Again, when I talk about herbs and supplements or even medication, I want to try and do my due diligence to talk to you about being precautious and taking caution when you're trying anything new, and always looking, at the lay of the land, what food you're eating, how much exercise you're getting, what other supplements or herbs you're taking, and what other medication you're taking. So just for some food for thought for you if you're going to consider fenugreek. Now, the third herb that I want to talk to you about is green tea. No surprise here, I talk about green tea. It's starting to become a lot on my channel, but that's okay because green tea has a lot of benefits with regards to lowering LDL. The decline in LDL levels was modest, maybe even small, 3 to 7 points or 3 to 7 milligrams per deciliter. However, green tea has multiple benefits when used consistently, including being an antioxidant, as well as fighting free radicals through the EGCG compound that I've talked about before. Now, with green tea, it is in maybe a jack of all trades type of herb because it also helps with inflammation, the cholesterol that I spoke about, as well as lowering your risk for diabetes, and helps with weight management. So I know some of you have heard of detoxing with green tea or trying to regulate weight with green tea. I mean, it's not approved for weight loss management, but it is good for helping people control appetite for some women and men, that is. So I want you to consider green tea if you haven't already. The fourth herb that I want to talk about is Artichoke Leaf Extract. This one I was a little bit skeptical about because I had never heard of it being used to lower cholesterol, but apparently in a trial where it was used against placebo, it showed to have helped with the decline in LDL. That being said, I wanted to do a little bit more digging and research because I had, again, never heard of it. So I pulled out my old handy, medicinal Encyclopedia of Herbal Medicine, and I used this book because I wanted to do a little bit of digging, and this is what I found on artichoke. So it talks about, it gives you, here, let me show it to you. It gives you a wide range of information on the product. So it talks about the habitat in cultivation, the parts used, as well as the constituents, history and folklore, and now down to the medicinal actions and uses. So let me just read it quickly here for you. Artichoke is a valuable medicinal plant like milk thistle. It benefits the liver, protecting against toxins and infections. Though the leaves are particularly effective, all parts of the plant are bitter and stimulate digestive secretions, especially bile. And I mentioned bile earlier when I was talking about fenugreek. This makes artichoke useful for the treatment of gallbladder problems, tongue twister there, nausea, indigestion, and abdominal distension, with the added benefit that it lowers blood cholesterol levels. All right, there you go. So this book is not as, how would I say, technical as some of the other books that I have, including my medicinal herbalism book. This one is so technical. It's bringing me back to organic chemistry and inorganic chemistry. But this one is a good this is a good source to just quickly look up information to try and understand what it is that I'm trying to read and get some more information about if I'm not very well versed or understand. And so it's really, this goes to my mouse, it's very good for me at times when I need to get some information. So that concludes the four products or the four herbs that I wanted to talk to you about today. Let me know if you have tried any of these herbs or what herbs in particular you are trying. I'm curious to know. So yeah, let me know in the comments. And again, if you have any questions or comments or topics you want to talk about, leave them in the comments below and I shall talk to you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.